start. Welcome to Six Figure Live.
Woo!
Woo! We did not rehearse that. Actually, we did, but we failed. But I'm Steven. I'm typically sitting at the desk right behind us here, and this is...
I'm Ben, and I'm usually the guy on the other side. Ben referred me as the Baby Blues the other day.
Baby Blues. That's hilarious. But welcome to Six Figure Live. We're guest hosting today because Ben is out doing an in-person training all day.
Some dude, he came all the way from Canada, drove here from Canada to hang out with us for the day, and they just went off to lunch without us. So we're gonna do some Six Figure Live here for you guys today.
Yeah, awesome. So we're doing today's Wednesday. It's gonna be our first ever Six Figure Live image critique
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I'm gonna say fast. Six Figure Live image critique Wednesday.
There you go. I can't do it. Ben did an awesome job there. So basically, we asked you guys to submit some images, and we're just gonna do some live critiquing here. Let's hop over to Lightroom. Awesome.
Sweet. All right, guys. So, like I said, we're gonna do some critiques and kind of just talk through what we're thinking of these images and some ways to make them better, and just like our thoughts behind them. So, I love this image. This was submitted, and I love the emotion behind this shot. Like, I want a shot like this with like my wife and my kids someday. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. As we were looking at this, I feel like as photographers, we get so caught up on like technical things.
Yeah.
Like, did I hit focus? Or like, is the image a little bit blurry? And like, as I look at this image, actually, like it's fairly blurry a little bit. But again, it's
focus isn't on the eyes, but
yeah. And again, I feel like a lot of photographers would typically just like maybe throw this one out because it didn't hit focus, and like that's what's supposed to happen when you take pictures. And again, it's like who cares about it not hitting focus? I just love the emotion behind it.
The emotion here is so genuine, honest, that I don't care about it.
Yeah,
like,
and it could be even like more blurry, and I still wouldn't care. And I love this shot here. As far of a critique, I really feel like it's spot on. I feel like it could have been rotated over just a tad bit here, or straightened up. That's the word, straightened up a little bit. But I love it. I love the shot. I think it's super cute.
I love the interaction between the mom and the baby. I think just looking at this image, there's no way the mom is be like, oh my gosh, am I out of focus? No, she's focusing on the interactions between her and her son right there, and nothing else in the world like matters at this point. It's the interaction. And I think it's so easy to get caught up like, oh my gosh, it's not in focus. Like, it's not a technical competition. This is about capturing people's lives and stories.
One thing I love about this shot too is I would love to actually hear the baby laughing. Like I like looking how happy this baby is, and the mom. I would love to like. I wish sometimes photos had like the option to like click a button. You could hear the photo. I guess that's a video. It's like, no.
There you go.
But yeah, so great shot. Let's move on here. This shot. I love this shot as well. I love what's going on with all the bokeh and the lights. But the one thing I feel that it's missing a little bit is the connection between the couple and like the intimacy.
Yeah, just looking at the twinkle lights, it looks like it's fall, maybe winter time, and I feel like they need to be snuggled in more. There's just so much romance in the air, but
I just
not with them.
I picture him with his arm around her, and their faces in like as close to kissing, but without kissing, and like maybe their eyes real low, and just like instructing them. All right, guys, like I want you to get in as close as you can to kissing without kissing. And now take your eyes real low, take a deep breath in for me, guys, and exhale. And as they do that, just capture this real moment. And I feel like it would just be so much more romantic and snuggly. And again, it's a great shot of them looking at each other, but they're just looking at each other.
They need a spark.
Yeah.
They need that one spark to ignite them. So the image feels more alive, and you see that interactions instead of just them looking at each other.
But overall, I mean, it's a great shot. I think it's super cute. I'm sure the couple loved it. Yeah. But again, I feel like it's doing these little things here and there to make the shots even better.
Yeah, I think just even looking at the technical side of things, you did a great job balancing the ambience. Ambient light. The ambient light versus the fill light. I think technically it's a strong image.
It's pretty. I want to shoot at that location. Yeah. Where's this at? Tell us.
I love seeing just the bokeh balls in front. It's just the atmosphere is great, and we just want to see that little more spark between the couple there.
Great shot though. Otherwise, beautiful. All right, Steven, this is you, man. Rock this one.
Yeah, sunset shots. We love sunset shots, especially if you know the couple and like if there's a meaning behind like Like why are they just walking around instead of just getting in this amazing shot? But I love straight on looking at the image, I see interaction between the two.
Yeah.
You are immediately drawn to the subject. The groom, or sorry, the guy, the dude,
the bro,
dude,
the
the bro is looking back at his girl, and it's just you see that romance. There are a couple things that are just kind of makes us cringe a bit in terms of like composition.
Yeah, one thing I would love is to the framing to go up more. I feel like there's so much of the ground showing right now that like just all that black I'm not a fan of. I would have loved to see you point up more towards the sky and get more of that beautiful sky and just like the bottom of the ground. I feel like that's really that all needs to be shown as far as that.
Absolutely. There's just no detail down here, and I think it takes away from the strong silhouette that you have going on. The other thing about shooting big and wide is that you make the couple feel like there's something bigger. Like it's not just like this is a great composition, but if you crop it down here and you see more of the sky and less of them, it just draws their thoughts.
Yeah, because that ground is just black. It's not very pretty. Like there's so much more pretty sky to be looked at above that is missing out a little bit.
Yeah.
Another thing. Yeah. Could you? Oh, they can see that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Live editing,
like,
baby.
Yeah.
But I'm just even itching to see it. Something like that.
Yeah,
you know?
even in the thirds, how they're walking, because clearly they're walking towards that one way and cropping them in the bottom thirds. I loved how you did that, Stephen. Yeah. So it just kind of shows it off a little bit more, and even like little technical things as far as like. Even Photoshop, you could even like to create more symmetry, move that tree to the other side and kind of play around with that. But overall, again, I think this is a great shot. But I love that crop you did. I think that adds so much more
just
to the image.
Let's
you do before.
Yeah, let's just that whole thing versus. I guess you can't see the whole image. Technical difficulties, but
yeah, you get it. You get what we're trying to go for.
Yeah, I feel like that's just such a stronger image. It draws even more attention to the couple themselves, and they actually have a direction that they're walking towards.
I agree, and I love like the picture that's even a little bit wider now that we cropped it, but we can't because we cropped it. But again, if you would have shot that a little bit wider, in this with the ground not showing, it would have been incredible. So
absolutely.
Let's move on here.
Oh man, I there's so much like emotion in this image, and I love it. I think it gets hard to critique like just
a real moment.
But I think just looking at this image, I want to see more interaction between the two people. Not saying that you should fake it or we can always invite them to something. And when I look at this image, I think of what happened before this exact moment that was captured,
or
like,
even what happened right after. Like,
did
she go in for a hug?
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, which is probably good though, because I love the curiosity we're having. Because clearly they did something right too. One thing I love too, and maybe this is even a personal preference, but whenever there's like real emotion going on, I love black and whites. So I don't know if you guys are a fan of fearless photographers, but those awards are crazy. Like every time we win one around here, we like freak out. It's so exciting. But if you look back at those, a lot of those real moments just generally are black and white, and I don't know why that is, but I love like real moments in black and white. And even if you have our presets, which I know we talk about them a lot, but they're incredible, our black and white special would be incredible with this, because the seats are a little bit distracting. But again, you just had to like get in there and get the shot. That's here. Right. I'm assuming those are like car seats or something. Yeah. But yeah, doing that black and white special to really focus on that moment would have been huge, because I feel like it is a little busy right now. Like the flowers are sitting there and the seats and all that. But if you did that black and white special to really focus on just the girls' interaction, I think that would direct your eye to that, and it'd be a lot better.
Yeah, and another thought here. I don't know what it'll look like, but I want to see the bridesmaid's face, because we all know who the bride is on a wedding day, and people always it is about the bride. Yes, there's a lot of importance that needs to be like noted about who the bride is and just capturing her and her story, but part of her story is the people around her. Right now, imagine if this was the only photo left from the wedding, and the bride's like kid is just asking like, who is that? And it's hard to see because you don't see her faces. And when we do like hugging photos, we always want to see the face of the person that the bride or groom is hugging. Like, yes, there's going to be enough photos of the bride and groom themselves, but who are the people around them? Who makes up their community? Who is their support structure? Like, these are really like important things to think about. Yeah. So if in this photo, I would just love to see what happened if you opened the other door and shot through.
Yeah, that's a great point, actually. To see more of
the back door. Yeah,
that's the back The back
not
right
the-
door.
Back left door.
The back
There
left
we go.
door. There it is.
We know our directions, we
Yeah,
promise.
yeah. Very nice. So again, this is a great shot. I think this is definitely a shot. The bride. I'm assuming it's somebody very close to her here. That this shot meant a lot to them. For
Absolutely.
Sure. Cool. Let's move on here. This shot. We love the shot. There's so much happening here. That's going on. A few things. We thought just like, again, it comes on the cropping a little bit, or even moving the photographer to move to the right a little bit. This dude, the lady that's giving the speech, there's a guy. Yeah. Use the pointer. It's kind of weird, like his face is like connected to her face a little bit. And if you would have scooted over to the right a little bit and hid him, I think that would have made a lot of sense. And by doing that as well, maybe even getting it a little bit closer, because there's it looks like a lady here all the way to the left that she's just kind of distracting as well. But if you would hide his face and get rid of her, I think this shot would have been like even more incredible. Because I love the couple's reaction.
Right.
They look so good. I love the dude back there holding his phone up, and he's just smiling, looking at this lady. I don't know. It's probably family by the way it looks. But I think just like moving over a little bit would have made a huge difference. And that's one thing, as a photographer, don't be scared to move. Like grab a few shots and take a look at it. One thing at the studio here, we call it plus oneing. A lot of times I'll take a shot and I'll look down at my camera. I'm like, what's one thing I could do to make it look a little bit better? So in this case, I'd have been like, you know what? Their faces are merging. These two people's faces are merging together a little bit. Like maybe I should scoot over a little bit, or maybe even get a little bit lower and just got, a shot that was just like this. With this more just the hands of the person talking. But yeah, I think it's a great shot. Do you have anything else that you want to add to that?
We love the shot. There's a lot of good interactions going on. The bride's holding groom's hand right there. As Ben mentioned, this guy here just looking, it looks like the mom. I don't know, but there's just so much interaction. You see people in the background with a lot of joy and smiling faces, and I think there's great candid moments in here, and they're just little things that can make it better. And Ben mentioned those things.
Cool, guys. Well, hey, I think that's about it as far as our images. Next week, we're going to do the same thing. Ben Hartley will be back. So go ahead and submit. Oh, what's going on? We're just having a little fun while we were doing some critiquing here. Go ahead and submit those to. I'm sorry, I can't take myself seriously with this. I got to take it off.
But what Ben is saying, we do this every Wednesday. We can do live critiques. So submit your images to a Dropbox link in the comments below.
Yeah. We'll put the link in there.
Yeah.
Cool. Other than that, guys, tomorrow Ben is going to be hosting a webinar that's going to be incredible. Tomorrow's Thursday, right? Yeah.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. Eastern time. And we're going to put a link down below. You're going to want to sign up for it. Ben's done it in the past. He's going to talk a little bit how we booked our first $7,000 wedding. So even if you are booking $7,000 weddings, there's going to be a lot of content.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be really, really incredible.
It's free?
Yeah, it's free. Like, you can't turn
Why
it down.
not?
Don't turn it down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really powerful, and I really think you should take advantage of it.
Yeah, maybe
So.
we'll make a cameo appearance there too.
right.
So
Cool.
I'm sure you guys are just watching this for us in the background. But that's it today for Six Figure Live.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you shortly.